Hello and welcome back to Real Talks with Priscilla. I'm your host, Priscilla. I am a mindset and a transformational coach, and I help ambitious women to build their thriving career without the burnout and building their designed work and life balance. So, welcome back to this podcast, and today we are talking about what is this healing journey and how will that actually improve your career. Right nowadays, everyone is talking about a healing journey. It's talking about self care and all this kind of trend. But what is it really, and is it just that simple? So let's get into it. First of all, a healing journey for me is just the fact to take back the responsibility that we need to take for our bodies, for our minds, and to basically make sure that we are having our best effort on making ourselves feeling good and making ourselves also being okay or being good, being thriving. And with this, I don't mean like morning routines, night routines. Of course, that can be part of the tools you are using to become your best self, but that also includes things that perhaps are not so easy or not so fun for you to do. And I call this self maintenance. Okay, but before getting into that, we are going to go a little bit back and understand why we need to go or we want to go through this healing journey. First of all, there are tons of things that happen in our life because it's life. That's what's happening here. We came here to learn. We came here to do many new things. We came here to just make better the energy and all the, let's say, magic there is around us, and also to make the world that we know better. But for that, we are going to go through traumas, events, stuck emotions, and all of these things that are within ourselves that personally I don't think that are good or bad, but depending on the situation that can be supportive or not supporting for our current reality. So let's say if you want to go and to give a speech and you are too anxious about it, then that's not a so supportive emotion for you, right? But if you have to do a specific task but you are anxious and you feel like something is off, so you decide not to do it, and at the end maybe that will save your life. So right at the end are just emotions and they are giving us cues, but we are the people or the person who decide whether we follow these emotions and whether if they are supportive or not for our current reality. So we want to go to the even more before the beginning. So where does this come from? Where all the traumas, all the events, all these stuck emotions within our nervous system and within ourselves are coming from? And they are coming from before, during, and after your birth. Yes, you're hearing me right. And here I will go back to some studies that have been made and that already have proven, these studies have already proven that we can carry genetics or genes or DNA that have the same codification as the ones that our past generations have had. So even I think it was 14 generations past. So if your great 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 grandfather was bitten by a snake, perhaps you today haven't seen a snake ever in your life, but the first time you see them, you are going to be completely in shock and completely scared. Why? Because this is already within your genetics. This is already within yourself. It's something that it's ingrained, let's say, that it's ingrained within you. So yes, there are many things that come before your birth that are just coming with your DNA. And these are not bad things. There is a lot of wisdom in our ancestors, in the things that they have just passed to us through their genetics. But there are also some things that perhaps for our current situation are not the things that are the most supportive for us. So during that's before, right? Now during your birth or during the period where you are in the womb, there are also many things that are going to start establishing your personality and establishing the way that you are perceiving the world and how this happens. Well, it happens because when you are inside the womb of your mom, you are going to feel the emotions of your mom, you are going to hear things, and you are going to be basically exposed to all the things that your mom has gone through. So it has some studies has shown already that some people that were in the womb when their mom had a specific trauma, then the kid will come with this trauma as well, which is not very surprising, I mean. And okay, so that's during the time that you're in the womb, and then after your birth, before you get to 7 years old, there are massively many, not massively, just many things that will happen. And in that time, you are in a state of hypnosis. You are in a state where you have different wavelengths in your brain. Why? Because you are still learning from all the things that are happening around you, and you need to learn. So you're basically like a sponge. Okay, so when you're a sponge, you are absorbing everything, and this will help you to understand how to talk, how to walk, how to make relationships, how this society works, let's say, but also many of the other things that are not so supportive for you will enter in your brain and will stay stuck inside you, and it's something that this is how you will perceive the world. So if you have ever heard that, for example, money doesn't grow on trees, maybe that's something that is actually ingrained within yourself and you really believe that that is super hard, or maybe that in your career you have to work super hard to make things happen. So let's stay here for a moment. I want to just summarize what I just said, that many of the traumas, events, and stuck emotions and these other things that are within ourselves come from before our birth, during we are in the womb, and after your birth. So in a healing journey, the thing that we do is actually go back to these times, or just tune within ourselves and understand what are the things, or what are the traumas, the events, the stuck emotions, the limiting beliefs that are not helping us, that are not supportive for us. And then in this healing journey, what we are going to do is first notice our current reality, notice the things that we are thinking, the things that we are feeling, the things that we like, the things that we don't like. Then we decide where we want to go, or you will decide where you want to go, and if you want, what things you want to keep, what things you want to change. And then you're going to change the things to get to the place where you want, which is, of course, I guess, to be more healthy, to be more happy, to be more wealthy, to be with abundance, etc., etc. So this sounds simple, right? You notice, you decide what to change, and then you change. Well, it might be simple, but perhaps not so easy. Why? Because we are here playing with emotions, we are here playing with programs and with things that have been inside our body and inside our mind, so ingrained within us during our whole life. So one day of self-care will not change probably anything. And here is why I love my job, because when I enter into the subconscious mind, these things can be rewired much faster than if you try just to do it by yourself or using just conscious techniques. But we'll get into that in another episode. And okay, this is simple. I will just summarize. It's simple. You are in a healing journey, so you notice, you decide, and then you change. But this has many levels, right? It's not that you work on one thing and then it disappears. Perhaps after that you move into a new city and you met one person, and this person remind you of the event that happened before, and then this will trigger you and put you back into an old pattern or an old program that you thought you already pushed away, right? So here is where I tell you that there are many levels, because in a new level, a new devil is there. And again, all of these we are going to uncover in next episodes. But then I want you to notice now that when you perhaps go to your boss or go to your colleagues and you try to talk, but you feel insecure about what you're saying, that maybe other person can do better your job, or other person have more recognition, stuff like that, or that you're feeling scared because you want to ask for a promotion but you don't want to actually go and ask to your boss. Perhaps you're stressed out and overwhelmed because there are so many things to do and you just simply don't find the moment to do all the things. Perhaps you're anxious because you know you want a different reality, but you don't understand what is the thing that people talk about, your purpose, right? The things that you really want to do. Or perhaps you're just stressed and hustling because you know that you are an ambitious woman who are ready to change all of that, but simply you don't know where to start. Or there are some emotions that keep stuck in your head that keep making you procrastinate and do things to feel busy when in reality you are not having so much results. So all of that comes from the traumas, events, stuck emotions, limiting beliefs that we have learned from before, during, or after your birth. And all of this also comes from all the pressure and everything that we have learned from the society. And I will give you an example of my life. So perhaps you might know, or perhaps you don't know, but I wanted so bad since always to travel. And as soon as I finished my bachelor's degree in chemistry, I found an opportunity to go and study abroad, where I will go to 3 different countries within the period of the study time. So I decided to just go for that. I really wanted to go traveling, so I went there, and then many things happened, but that I uncovered already in the episode number 1, so you can go back there if you want to know. But many things happened there already, and then when I came back to Costa Rica, to my home country, and I saw all my friends and my cousins, my family, everyone already having their established life with their established friends, with their established job, and having already a wage or salary or some sort of income, that just made me feel bad. Why? Because at that moment, I felt like, okay, I traveled already and I learned already what I want to learn. So now I want to start working. How to do that, right? And just seeing everyone so settled down made me feel that I missed something and that I was wrong, that I took a wrong decision, and that basically I was perhaps 5 years behind from what I should have already in at this moment. But in fact, that's just the reality that I chose. It's nothing bad with the reality I chose, and there's nothing bad with the reality that the other people chose for themselves. It's just the things as they are. At the end, you are the one who has the power, who has the power of the decision of what to do next. And my decision was to go abroad, to go traveling, to go studying and working at the same time. And then when I came back, I thought that was a wrong decision, but that was just the adulthood that I wanted to live by that moment. And by the way, when I came back, I was 25, no, 24 years old. So also I was not like, if you look in societal standards, there was nothing wrong with the things I have done. But anyways, all of that just came from the pressure and from the hustle that I thought of all the things that I should have done already. And this just put me really bad, because then I started hustling, I started stressing out, I started being anxious and just worrying about the thing that will come. Of course, and at this point I was already very good on managing my emotions and managing my limiting beliefs. So I spent a really great amount of time just healing myself at every day. But what I want to tell you with all of this is that yes, perhaps the things that we learned are in the past, but we are living the consequences today. And if we don't stop to notice which are these consequences that we are living today and that we don't like, then basically the reality is just going to keep being the same. But here is the thing, the brain follows what we show to it. And this is a very powerful statement. And maybe I will put you an example. So if you think of a, I don't know, purse or phone, let's say that you want to buy a phone, or that you want to buy a different, I don't know, an item, a car, a house, whatever. And then you start finding which model do you like, if you prefer iPhone, if you prefer Samsung, how do you want the camera, how do you want all these things, and then suddenly you start noticing that, oh, this person has really nice phone, or oh, this person, I like the color of this phone, or oh, this person has exactly the phone that I want. What happens? Your mind is just showing you the things that you're looking for, the things that you want to have in your life. And this is key. Why? Because when you are in your healing journey, you are going to redirecting what your brain is following. So yeah, maybe you will not, suddenly stop being stressed out after one day, but your brain will start picking up on things that will make you feel better every day until the moment where your brain only knows what is to be calm and what is to be at peace. And situations that used to be very stressful for you are not that stressful anymore. And this is why I love all the things, because all of this can bring a new way in your professional life. And this is how a healing journey can help you in your professional life. Because it doesn't mean that you are going to stay resting the whole day. No, 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 no. At the end, also big part of our wellness is by having a purpose that we want to follow, and having something that give us this light and give us this thing that we really want. So it's not about being resting the whole time, but it's about finding the things that you want to change and changing them, by the time, changing them into something that you really want for yourself, and something that will match the, let's say, the frequency or the just reality that you want for yourself. So here is the thing, if you feel insecure, if you feel bad because you want to ask for a promotion, or you want to find a better job, or maybe you are fine with your job, but you would like to find different sources of income, etc., etc., when you tell your mind that, but you don't hustle your way to there, instead you just find how to be in tune with yourself, how to be with nature, how to be at peace, but at the same time you find how to be in this specific way or frequency or energy of doing the things that you have to do to get there, taking care of yourself, and taking the responsibility to I cannot say this word, to self maintain your own life. So all of this, what will bring is a new direction for your brain to follow. And yes, it will take many things. It will take not a lot of time. It is simple, but it's a consistent process. It's something that you have to repeatedly do so that you can actually rewire your brain, right? Your brain just works with rewiring. When you rewire, the thing that you have to do is to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And at one point, the old pattern will be so weak that just a new pattern comes up. Yeah, I would say that this is everything for this episode. But before you go, I want to tell you something. This healing journey, there is a way to speed it up. There is a way to make it actually easier, to make it faster, and to bring results much faster. How is that? Using your subconscious mind and using tools to regulate your nervous system. And this is what I teach you inside my course, Bring Professional Life. I teach you how to set the foundations for you to do the tools and the things that can be simple for you and that will help you to just live away or leave behind burnout, and that will also help you to build your thriving career while you have a happy life, while you have a life where you are with your people, where you are having good relationships and maybe a partner, that you are basically happy in your personal life but also in your professional life. And that is my end goal, to show you how you can have a balance between your professional life and your personal life, and how you can be thriving in both of them. So if you're interested in this, you can just DM me, or you can go to my Instagram, and there in the link in my bio you can find it. You can also sign up for my newsletter, and where every week I'm sending you tips and tricks tips and tricks for you to have a better life while you thrive in your career. So this was a pleasure for me, and I'm so excited to listen from you. What did you think about this podcast? So you can leave a review that will cost you maybe 2 seconds, but will help so much to this podcast to go out. You can subscribe the follow button. I know you can. I don't know why I'm getting so confused, but you can hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a bit. So thank you so much, and see you later. Bye.